Hi guys, today we are going to learn about light. This is an extremely important topic and because of the length of the topic I have broken it into two parts. So in this module we will learn only about reflection. So let's get started. Reflection is the phenomena in which we will take two planes. Okay, one plane here, one plane here. Okay, light comes from some source, it strikes some object and it bounces back, just like our bouncy ball. When we throw it on the ground, it bounces back to our hand. Okay, in this one actually I used to ask my students very common question: what is the basic criteria of seeing? Okay, so they will answer that for seeing we require eyes. Now the thing is that not only that you require eyes for seeing, the main thing you require for seeing is light also. Why? Because if your eyesight is okay, your eyes are working and there is no light, then how will you see, right? So light from some source, it falls on the object, it bounces back and it is captured by our eye and we see the image. Now the light ray which is incident is called incident ray, and which strike back and bounces back is called reflected ray. Okay, this is my plane with blue color line and I will draw one perpendicular in this case which is called normal to this plane. Angle I is called angle of incidence and angle R is called angle of reflection. Okay, so to learn more about this, let's see the next slide. See, this is a beautiful scenery, you guys must have noticed. Okay, when you see in a very clear water, the surface of the clear water acts like a mirror. Okay, so this mountain reflection is, you can see it looks like this. But if the same picture you are seeing in this rotation, now for a moment it will be very difficult to figure out the actual object and the image. You can see the parallelism between this image and our this incident ray, reflected ray. So from here laws of reflection are very clear. Laws of reflection are angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, that means I is equal to R, and also incident ray, normal and reflected ray all lies in the same plane. The most important part about this chapter is that you should know how to draw the ray diagrams. For drawing the ray diagrams, we have to be very well versed about mirrors. Mirrors are of three types: plane mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. In this example, I am taking concave mirror. Okay. Now many students are thinking that concave and convex is based upon the shape. It is actually not true. Okay, every mirror is cut from a circle, but if it is polished from outside, you can see these lines, these are polishing. Okay, if any mirror is polished from outside, then it will be called concave mirror. If any mirror was polished from inside, let's say this polishing was here, then it will be called a convex mirror. Usually drawing the ray diagrams is easy for a concave mirror. That is why I have taken the example of a concave mirror. Okay, you take the mirror, you draw one line straight. Okay, this line, straight line, is called principal axis. Okay, and on principal axis you mark one point which is called F, which is the focal length of your mirror. Okay, and exactly double distance than F, you mark one point R, which is called radius of curvature of the mirror. Now let's see how do you draw the diagram. Okay, so first you choose your object here. Okay, the arrowhead is the head of the object. Draw one ray perpendicular to the parallel to the principal axis. As you can see here, it hits the mirror. Okay, after hitting the mirror, this ray must pass through the focus. As you can see, draw the ray starting from head of the object, going to the mirror, hitting there, coming back, bouncing back through the focus. Okay, Now choose another ray which should start again from the head of the mirror, should pass from radius of curvature, and it should be in such a way, if it is able to, cut the ray coming from this side at some point where these two will intersect. This point will tell me where is the image. Okay. Now in this one there are three things which we have to learn. The distance of object from the lens is called U. The distance of image from the mirror is called V, and the distance of focal length is called F. If you have to solve numerical problems for mirrors, we will use a relation 1 by F is equal to 1 by U plus 1 by V, and the formula for magnification is minus V by U. Okay. By seeing one ray diagram, you should be able to answer three type of question. Number one, position of the image. Now, if I keep the object beyond R, as you can see beyond R, I am getting an image which is in between, somewhere in between R and F, which tells me the value of V will tell me the position of image. Okay. Another thing is whether the image is real or it is virtual. So all real images are inverted. You can see it is upside down, and all virtual images are erect. Means if the object is like this, the image will also be like that. Third information is whether the size of the image has become small or big. In this case, the size of the image has become small. So the size of image magnification is diminished. Okay. Let us see one more example. How do you draw ray diagram? Okay. Again, as I told, choose a concave mirror and draw one principal focus. One ray, now this I am choosing the object to be at infinity. So I do not know where is the head of the object. I am just bringing random ray parallel to the principal axis passing through the focus. Again I will bring another ray parallel to the principal axis passing through the focus. One more ray and one more ray. You can bring as many rays as you want to. What does it mean? That if my object is at infinity, then the image of the object is formed at focus, because all the rays are meeting at focus. So you have to remember that if your object is beyond R, then your image is forming between R and F. If your object is at infinity, then your image will be at focus. Same way, if your object is at R, as you can see I have drawn here, you keep the object, draw one ray parallel to the principal axis, goes through focus, another ray from the head of the object straight down cutting the focus ray. So they are meeting here. That means if the object is at R, image is also formed at R. One more example, if the object is between focus and pole, then one ray go, hit the mirror, come back from focus, another ray come back. They cannot meet on this side, but on another side if I extend, they can meet. So in this case I am getting a big virtual image. So you guys can try, keeping the object in different positions and try to draw the ray diagram similarly. If anybody is having doubt that why I did not draw for convex, the position of the object and the position of the image remains the same. But drawing the ray diagram for a convex mirror is little bit difficult. So you should always start by drawing with concave. That is why in these examples I am taking only concave mirror. Another important thing for solving numericals in optics is that sign convention. Okay. Don't bother about which direction light is going and all that. Just remember simple rule. For concave mirror, focal length should be taken in negative, U should be taken in negative. For convex mirror, U should be taken negative and value of F should be taken as positive, always as a rule. Now uses of concave mirrors. Okay, concave mirror is used in flashlights, it is used in dentist lenses, and also it is used in cars. Actually how it works is that they keep the bulb here in case of cars headlights. They keep the bulb not on the focus but they keep near to the focus. So if you keep the object on focus, your image will be formed at infinity, and that is what I want. If I am driving the car in the night, I want the light to be at infinite distance away from me, right? So that is why concave mirrors are used in these three uses. Okay, same way convex mirror is used in the rear view of automotives. Now why do we use that? Okay, so unlike concave, convex mirror makes images which are extremely small than the size of object. As you can see, most of the images formed by convex mirrors are virtual. So virtual means they are erect. Okay, if object is standing, the image is also standing. Another thing is image size becomes very small. So this gives me a wide view. See, from such a small mirror, sitting inside my car, I can see behind, full road I can see. Okay, so that's why convex mirror is used for rear view mirror for automotives. Okay, now let us try one numerical. This numerical I have picked from CBSE last year board exams. Okay, let's see one by one. It's actually easy to solve numerical problems in optics. Okay, let's say an object is kept 40 centimeter in front of a concave mirror of focal length 20 centimeters. Find the position and nature of the image. Okay, first thing first, we should always write the given data very clearly. Okay, so given data is concave. As I told you, sign convention, always mention that F should be negative and U should be negative for a concave mirror, right? So I fill the value F minus 40 centimeter and U minus 20 centimeter. Then I move to the next thing. Then next thing is that it is a mirror. So I use mirror formula, 1 by F is equal to 1 by U plus 1 by V. Now I fill the values here. Okay, there is a catch in filling the values also. Okay, don't start to not write the formula and start filling the values. 5 minutes extra can cost you 5 marks. So please first write the formula, now fill the values. You know that F was minus 40 and U was minus 20. So we filled it. Please let this 1 by V be happy on this side. Don't try to bring 1 by V on this side and 40 on this side. That can cause confusion. Let 1 by V be happy on this side. Take this minus 1 by 20 on the another side. Okay, it becomes plus 1 by 20. Now solve this equation. Again, one more catch in these type of questions, don't try to take the LCM. Okay, don't try to solve it also in fraction or points, decimals. It will become very difficult to find the answer later. Okay, just let it be as such. Write it 40 minus 20 divided by 20 into 40. Simple. Then I don't want the value of 1 by V. What I actually want is the value of V. So I will just flip it. V will be 20 into 40 divided